Nicholas Ludwig von Zinzendorf was born into one of Europe's leading families in the year 1700, and he grew up in an atmosphere of prayer and Bible reading and hymn singing. He excelled in school and seemed to possess all the qualities for national leadership. After finishing his university studies at Wittenberg, Germany, Zinzendorf embarked on a grand tour of Europe, attending lectures and visiting museums and palaces and universities. Now, I know what you might be saying right now. Well, what does somebody that was born in 1700 named Zinzendorf have to do with me? What can I learn from him? Well, sometimes we can learn some great things from some of the great saints down through the ages. So let me just continue in a moment, but first of all, let me just say welcome to another Heart to Heart Talk. I'm Pastor John Kuert, pastor at Alpha Assembly in Clarion, Pennsylvania, and thanks for joining me for this message that does come from my heart to your heart, even though it's a message that comes from the 1700s. Well, it was while visiting the art museum at Dusseldorf that the young Count Zinzendorf had a deeply moving experience that stayed with him the rest of his life. Seeing Domenico Fidi's famous painting, Behold the Man, a portrait of the thorn-crowned Jesus, and when he read the inscription below it, which says, I did this for thee, what hast thou done for me? Zinzendorf said to himself, I have loved him, Jesus, for a long time, but I have never actually done anything for him. From now on, he said, I will do whatever he leads me to do. And Zinzendorf followed through and became a great Christian leader in his day. Let me ask some soul-searching questions today. When you look at the cross, can you say that you are doing and living the way God intends for you to live? Are you living the way you know you should, or are you hoping that you've still got some time to change? Have you made peace with those that you need to make peace with? Have you told that someone that loved one maybe how much they mean to you? Can you honestly say that you are fulfilling your duty to God? In the first verse of Acts 23, we see that the Apostle Paul could honestly say that he was. It says, Paul looked straight at the Sanhedrin and said, My brothers, I have fulfilled my duty to God in all good conscience to this day. In the face of death, Paul told the Sanhedrin that he had done what God had called him to do. Paul also told the Sanhedrin that he had done this with a good conscience. Of course, this doesn't mean that Paul had never done anything wrong, and he's not saying that his conscience is his final judge, but he was saying that he could honestly say that he had lived his life to the best of his ability. And that should be the goal for all of us. And we can live that way not just by trying harder with our own strength and willpower, although that's important too, but by allowing the Holy Spirit to fill us and empower us and guide us. That was Paul's secret, being filled with the power of the Holy Spirit. It made a difference in his life, and it can make a difference in yours. Well, I hope that that message that comes all the way from history, and I believe has a very potent message for us today, that it really touches you and challenges you. Well, thanks for joining me again for another Heart to Heart Talk. Again, as always, I invite you to come to our church, Alpha Assembly, there on 499 Greenville Pike. You can check out our website, alphaag.org, or you can go to our Facebook page. But at any rate, we would love to meet up with you, if you don't have a church especially. But you can visit us if you go to another church as well. Well, thanks for joining me, though. I really appreciate it. And God bless you. Have a great day. And Lord bless you until we see you again. Bye-bye.